Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy DJ Michael V, and this is 116 Live on Holy Culture Radio.
What is it?
Sirius XM Channel 154, and I got my guest
Tell him what it is.
here. 350,
Tell him who it is.
350. Let's get it. Tell him who you are. I just told him what your name is, but you tell him who you are.
This is 3-5 from the east side. You know me as Mikey. A lot of my close fans know me as Mikey as well. I go by 350, better known as 3-5 from the east side. Yeah, man, I'm happy to be here, bro. How you doing?
I love having you here. I'm good, man. I've been really busy lately, obviously, as you know, and you have too with Heaven on Earth.
Heaven on Earth, man.
Yes,
I'm glad that people finally know about that.
Bro, how long was that?
I'm sorry about keeping that from you, by the way.
No,
but you did keep Tribe from me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's, I kind of understood that. That was like an understanding.
So me, like, holding back Heaven on Earth was sort of like out of spite.
Yeah.
I was like, anytime,
you know
like,
what? I'm not going to tell him. Yeah.
Anytime, like, I had a conversation with you, I was like, dude, I'm getting him so hard right now.
No, but here's how I knew that something was going on, because we were at RG's birthday. And everybody at the birthday party was like, yo, yeah, the group chat. And I'm like, I'm not in a group chat. And I felt mad FOMO.
You're also not our friend either.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. That actually makes sense,
just
guys.
Kidding. I hit him where it hurt right there. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, because we're actually not friends.
It's all just a show.
It's a placebo.
We have like so many songs together, but it's literally just because we work together.
Yeah, facts. And all of our songs go up. I'm just saying.
It just works.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, man.
But tell the people who you are. 350, where you from? I know where you from. I want you to say
it. It's crazy,
it,
bro. Being from where I'm from, which is McAllen, Texas, I've always like imagined like somebody being in this space, being from where I'm from. I'm from McAllen, Texas, which is part of, more specifically, PSJ area, San Juan, Texas. My wife is from Far, Texas, so it's like PSJ. It's such small towns that they like the district is combined into a few cities, just for like perspective, you know what I mean? PSJ, you know, that's where I'm from. And like, dude, I used to imagine like people like working with Lecrae or like working with Reach and stuff like that, being from where I'm from, but we never really had that. And I just think it's cool. I just wanted to share that moment with you guys. But yeah, man, San Juan, Texas, it's like 99% Latino.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if we saw like just if we see any person of another race, you're like, oh, you know, it's just being all stupid. Like, you know, bro, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, man, it's just a blessing to be like able to represent where I'm from now. Yeah. Because it's just like there's so much pride in being from the Valley, the Rio Grande Valley, which is like the whole like bottom. It's like a few counties together, which is what it's called. And being from the Valley, 956, people just have so much pride. Like anybody that kind of like makes it out, they put them on a freaking water tower, bro. So Sam Ash, you know, it's funny. He's actually from there as well.
Wait, Sam Ash is from
literally down the street from me. Like,
yo, I actually did not know that. Shout out to Sam Ash,
super weird,
bro. He's
but
amazing.
Me and him are in a race for that water tower of that town, bro.
For like just like the kind of like the
like who's
the
gonna
Walk of Fame.
He has a Grammy on me, so I mean, who knows?
It's all good. He has a Grammy, but we good in the hood. You know
he has a Grammy, and yeah, man. I mean, I got you, man. So you know,
I got you too, bro.
That's worth more than a Grammy, you know, in my eyes.
But how does that feel in my, I don't know, I don't want to make generalizations, but in what I've seen, how does it feel to be the first like CHH artist from the Valley and kind of holding that as a Latino in CHH? Like, how does it feel to represent like where you're from in our space?
I can't even like front, bro. There are so many artists that paved the way in the Valley. You know, I just want to shout out Christ Up. I want to shout out like my boys, Beautiful Monsters as well. Just like people from the Valley, bro. There's even these dudes growing up when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old, not to like age them or anything. Yeah. But these dudes called Pistoleros de Cristo, bro. Okay. And they just be like, tírate la pista. And they just like start rapping, bro. And they would come to like churches, bro. And they're still there, man. But they laid out the foundation for like Christian rap and what I saw. And like, as a teenager, I would do shows with them, but making it out here to Atlanta, working with Reach, man, it's, for me, was like a big dream come true, because I wasn't allowed to, I mean, a lot of people, you'll hear this, they weren't allowed to hear like anything else secular. Yeah. You know what I mean? I grew up, I'm a pastor's grandkid, so like, I was super like watched, you know what I mean? I was super, what is that word where they like? Sheltered, yeah. Super sheltered, bro, and For a long time, I think I heard my first rap song. I was like in middle school,
And
maybe.
do you remember like that moment, like what song it was?
Dude, like it wasn't my first non-Christian rap song, and it was like Eminem "Lose Yourself," and it had one curse word, bro. I was in the back of my van and I had like the earphone, right, and I would have it on the lowest setting, and I could time like when he was gonna say like that word, and I would like mute it, and then I would
Yeah.
put it back up just in case my parents could hear it all the way from the front of the vehicle, bro. All stupid.
Bro, how do you think like that, like growing up like a pastor's grandkid and growing up in the valley in a very like church culture has influenced you like positively with your music?
Positively, it gives me a sort of like understanding to those people, because when you're sheltered, you're just like, you think that the world is so, you're convinced that the world is so bad, and you're convinced that just things outside, like you just don't have a greater understanding. And even furthermore, being from just the Latino culture, 99%, like you furthermore don't know anything about anybody else's culture.
Yeah.
So I get to understand, and I get to relate, and I get to kind of like, not little bro people, but like because I never want to do that, but I get to kind of show them in that sense that like, bro, like just open your eyes and see what's out here, man. Like this is all God's world. It's not just in the
Yeah.
confines of the building, you know what I mean, or in a genre.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like the God's hand goes everywhere that you go, because he leads your steps, bro. So it's like, man, to be able to express that to my people from the valley is one of my biggest missions, bro. And I'll never stop doing that, even if I'm not rapping.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, man, I love being from where I'm from, and I love representing it. And I think it's made me into like, it's given me so much character, I think.
Yeah.
Especially being like that pastor's kid, you know what I mean? There's a lot of, I think people can relate to that, like, like having to hide things from your parents. It's not a good thing, but just, they relate, and it's just how you grew up in that kind of world.
What do you feel like about your upbringing and growing up as a pastor's kid has made it into your music? Like what aspect of your music you feel like reflects that?
I don't like to, I hate that it's like this for me in my own life, but it is a lot of bitterness.
Yeah.
I think
In what way?
I think my next project, I approach that because my whole project is about, once I had my son, I noticed a lot of bitterness that I still held, um, because you have like such a beautiful thing, and you like realize how easy it is to love that person, and you just are like, why didn't I get this sort of treatment? Why did, you know what I mean? From you look at your past and you see everything that went wrong. So I realized I had bitterness, and one of it specifically was like towards my upbringing in faith. I think it's this one song that I wrote. It's called "How Could I Heal If I Forget?" Sort of questioning like the upbringing of just like, no, like don't address the hurt, don't address those taboo things or those thoughts. Like just, you're blessed. Like no, like don't even, just, it's all God. Or like if I have a headache, like no, you don't. Like God,
Yeah.
It's just always ignoring the root
Like
issue.
that toxic Christian.
And I hate that. And I hate that that's what I got out of that. You know what I mean? And that's why not going on you that I don't like that question, but it's like I hate that it's coming out. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I wish there was something better, that I get to speak about. But God gave me that walk, that path, so I can speak, because that's all I know. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just this sort of toxic faith where it's just like, yes, God is all powerful. Yes, God can heal, but it's like you can't ignore the things that happen to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you get wrong. You fall in the wrong there.
And going through life and learning these things that you're taught, and then also going through life and learning that, sometimes, like if I have a headache, I should take medicine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
having to learn and unlearn a lot of stuff that you were brought up to know, and as you say, it made you bitter. Like, what do you think, like, what about that has affected your music in the sense of how were you able to mix like this faith that you grew up in that you hold dearly, and then also like your dreams and what you think that you should be going, and how do those mix like in your life, being from where you're from, growing up the way you did?
I think, because a lot of people could come out of that, and a lot of people do just turn away from the faith.
Yeah.
And they'll hit the real world, and they'll be like man, because a lot of what I was taught was, I mean, to me, I feel like heresy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I could agree with that, especially like in like that like toxic like Latino culture, like of like
it's a lot of tradition that they put on that
Yeah.
they put on and call it the Bible. You know what I mean?
and some of it isn't even like biblical. It's just like tradition.
Yeah, and they'll just call it Bible. They'll say that, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And just because we don't know any better, we're kids, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
my, you know, my family, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or whoever's like running.
And it's
the
not like a
thing.
bad thing. It's like, but I think that's what you said earlier about bitterness. That like it's like you feel bitter because it's like, yo, like once you get out more, like because I feel like we learn more than our parents and our grandparents. It's like, yo, like this isn't how it's supposed to be, and I feel like you could have learned that and you didn't because. And by you, I mean like the people are like, yo, like y'all didn't learn that because you were so stuck in this bubble and afraid to get out of this bubble.
And I made it out with my faith. Look at all the other people that didn't.
Yeah.
You know, like what could
I will say you're an anomaly. Like a lot of people, like I've seen even my older brother, same thing, like toxic church culture. As you get older, he's just like, this is not for me. I just don't like this.
Because it's like, and it creates this image of what Christianity is. And a lot of times me and my little brother, 8'3", still like, it's hard for us to go to church and because we can like kind of see through the
some
little,
of it,
the nuances of just like, even all the way down to the, hey family, this is church, you know what I mean? That kind of thing where it's like, you can see.
We're like hypersensitive to like the BS. It's like, yo, like.
You can see when it's not genuine a little bit. And, you know.
That's why I stopped going to like a big church. Because of that. It's like, I like no offense to big churches, but it's like, I feel like for me, a small communal church is what I need because big churches feel very fabricated and they're trying to fabricate moments or make things, you know what I'm saying? Like make things moments and, hey church, like welcome to so-and-so, welcome to whatever.
Bro, I think Amin talked about it on the, you know, I always talk about the Southside Rabbi podcast where he said like one of his homegirls stopped going to this church because it was always like launch day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's always just trying to bring in new members, always trying to do something.
Yeah.
And you know, and I think from coming from small Latino church and huge church as well, like that's where the crossover is. It's always just about bringing people. It's always about that tribe, like getting people in your tribe.
Yeah.
Right? Tribe on the move. Anyways, it's always about getting people in your tribe rather than leading people towards a relationship with Jesus.
Yeah, it does feel like very tribal and very like, like we're
save souls.
Us
save
versus
souls.
them. Yeah, like
save
yo,
souls.
we just saved 150 souls, or yo, 200 people came to Christ.
The numbers,
and it's like,
bro.
yo, that's cool, but like
discipleship.
Yeah, like are you discipling them or you just baptize them and now they're good?
And then they're
you know
good, and then they're just, and then you're left with so many questions and just man. But I think having that, coming out of it, you know, and actually experiencing grace, you're able to extend grace.
Yeah.
Because that is still, despite anything else, that's still the body of Christ.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And those are still our brothers and sisters. And as, you know, sometimes we may be impatient, you know, we're called to be gentle. We're called to be, have patience with them, even with the people that we see online. You know, me and you had to talk about just on our own, just about like the discouragement we felt towards like our community kind of tearing down each other. Not the community of CHH. Also, it's an extension of Christianity in itself, just always tearing down each other. Yeah. And, you know, just the discouragement that I felt that you could relate to, like, just like, man, I always like, we're always just trying to do the right thing. Why am I always having to be the bigger person? But I mean, that's what God's calling us to do, man. You know, he's calling us to be patient, just how Jesus was, bro, you know. Facts. And just, you know, I don't admit that sometimes I don't get frustrated, but it is just like through that, making it out, you have grace for where you were at and people that you see there. And it's nothing like looking down on them. Like I was once there, but no, it's more like, yo, I know bread. I know where the bread's at. And we're all beggars, you know. Like here's the real bread. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
But yeah, man, I'm just happy, and that I made it out with my faith, and we're able to do something beneficial with that.
Yeah, that's great, bro. I love that.
Yeah, what the enemy intended for evil, man. God uses it. What the enemy intends for evil, you know, God uses it for good.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact. We'll be right back, guys. This is the 116 Life on Holy Culture Radio, Sirius Channel 154. I'm your host, DJ Mike LV, with my ever so amazing guest,
3-5 from the east side.
And we'll be right back. Yo, we are back with the 116 Life. I'm your host, DJ Mike LV.
Where we at?
With my boy.
Who you with?
I'm with you. Say your name. Who is this?
350, bro.
350 from the east side. 35 from the east side.
From your mama's
Valley
side.
Boys. Valley Boy in the crib.
Yes, sir.
So we were just talking about growing up in like a Latino toxic church and just toxic church culture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to kind of take that and run with it, and you being in like Christian hip hop and doing music from the perspective of being a Latino and growing up in the Valley and stuff like that. How do you feel? Like, how do you feel like your journey has been as a Latino CHH artist, and what do you think some of the difficulties have been in coming into this space?
Dude, I think Latinos have this thing where we like to like embrace our own. You know what I mean? So I think coming into it, I think people were proud to see another Latino. I think a lot of people were clinging onto RG,
Yeah,
so much. Which is like, that's what me and my little brother did. We just like when we saw him, we're just like, yo, that's us. You know what I mean? So it's like giving people another one. And my little brother as well, purebred Mexican. We're just like we're that, for a lot of people. So I think that was like one of the most beautiful things that I got to experience coming into CHH. And bro, I even saw like this post recently, like about Latinos in CHH, and like my brother Dayton was shouting us out, and like
yeah,
just like it was so cool. And man, but I think like difficulties, bro, it's just been like having to kind of not have that expectation from you.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I think because shout out RG, like RG raps in Spanish sometimes. Bro, I didn't grow up speaking fully Spanish. RG was I think his first language was Spanish. Mine was English. You know what I mean? We're second generation
yeah,
immigrants or citizens, excuse me. So my family spoke English. So, and I didn't grow up hearing Spanish music. You know
yeah,
what I mean? I grew up hearing English, English music,
yeah.
even though my church is
Paul
Spanish.
Wall, Bubba Sparks, all them.
Nah, bro. You know who it was?
Who?
Flame Lecrae. It was,
Flame and
bro, the
Lecrae.
first Flame album, bro. One where his face was there. Like a dark green cover. Uh, yeah, but that's what I was hearing, bro. Ambassador. Bro, I had the one where he was like
Ambassador.
on the desk.
Okay, okay.
That's what I grew up listening to. My dad would take me to like the Christian bookshops. Remember
Yeah,
those? And they would have the CDs there, bro. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I grew up listening to, not Spanish, like not Spanish music. So I think the expectation has always been like, yo, make Spanish music. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And it's
Which is
been
very low hanging fruit. Oh, you're Spanish, make Spanish music.
yeah, and that's kind of like exploitative a little bit,
Yeah, and it's also
maybe.
like kind of like I said, like low hanging fruit. It's very obvious.
Yeah,
Two
and
on this, two on the nose.
bro, and it's just like, oh, bro, yeah, that I think it would be. I think sometimes people would see it as like an easy bag, but like it's just like I think a big part of my journey has always been to be genuine. I
Yeah,
think, bro, you can always sniff out when something's like ingenuine and something's not
yeah. You could
authentic,
definitely like sniff it out. It's
bro.
painfully obvious.
Bro, yeah, and it's cringe, bro. Like you can just spot it. So that was like one of the things with me. Like I just never wanted to express that or just
Yeah,
have any sort of like any sort of part of myself being authentic. And I think just doing that was like just like a little something that I had to bypass.
yeah,
But I think early on, I think I was able to just like create my own lane and create
yeah.
my own sound and just be able to do it my own way in the way that I was called to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, growing up on Flame and Lecrae and an ambassador, and being in the Valley and being a Latino, not having many people to look up to, so like kind of did CHH back then. That was like pure Latino or like
Yeah.
had the same perspective. How were you able to like be creative and be an artist coming off of that? Like that you didn't have like quote unquote an example to look at when it comes to someone that looks like you or is from the same background as you or the same, you know what I'm saying, like culture as you.
Bro, I think when you have somebody that looks like you kind of like try and imitate them a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that would have been a disadvantage to me. I think I was able to, because I'm like from this other world, but I'm also purely like this, like those things combined, and I'm able to just create this whole new thing, you know what I mean? Where I am a Latino, but I am also like I'm a fully English like rapper, and I'm all, you know what I mean? Like it's just like I'm just creating my own self, and I'm just expressing what I think is dope, not what is expected of me to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think, man, when I got in high school, like I heard, because I was already hearing secular rap. I think I heard this for sure heard it, but I was saying I think it's in like my physiology class where I was like just doing nothing, just not doing work, bruh. And I would download on like the leak apps like Sylvia Demo by Isaiah Rashad. And I
Yeah.
remember hearing that album, bro. I was 14 at the time, and saying the feeling that I feel hearing this album, I want to give that feeling to other people.
Yeah.
Just the feeling of when good art resonates with people. And I think I've always been chasing that feeling and being able to give that to other people. And that was always the driving factor for me. You know what I mean? So not really having people to look up to, I had more so a calling to give that to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where maybe like, I didn't have it for myself. Sort of like, Andy Mineo talks about like, I'm gonna be what I didn't have for me kind of thing. So it's like, yeah, man, I think it was just so cool to be one of those people for the next coming generation.
Yeah. That's great, bro. I love what you said when you were saying like being called to make music like this or being called to have this feeling. How do you feel like you are walking in that calling with the music that you're making now?
Man, I think the enemy really tries to take that from you and take that joy or just your own sort of like thinking. I think it's always a consistent fight to enjoy the moment that you're in. And everything we talked about and Talk to Me Nice, just like always on to the next thing, always on to the next thing. It's like I feel like I have this sort of ticking time clock on me that if I don't hit this certain goal by this certain,
Yeah.
age of my life, you know what I mean? It's just like then I'm not successful, you know what I mean? But I think, yeah, man, I try every day to look at what I've done and see where God has brought me. And, every year that passes, look back to the past year and see like, and just try and realize like, yo, you're only like at a race with with your past self. You know what I'm saying? Always improving, always, striving to be a better you and be closer to Jesus as you can be. You know what I mean? And I think that's just always the constant fight I have. I wish I could say it's something like because it is a blessing, but I wish I could say I'd enjoyed it more. But consistently walking is consistently fighting that enemy that you have, And I mean, if you didn't have some sort of resistance, then you wouldn't be going in the right direction, right?
Yeah.
You know
Facts.
what I mean? So
Whenever you feel something pushing back, that means that you are going, like how you said, you are going in the right
right,
direction.
man. You know what I'm saying? The only you don't go uphill without hurting your getting sore from your legs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's
Go,
like, but the pain and the soreness of going against the grain makes you stronger. So then when you face
right.
greater opposition or greater obstacles, you're able to push through them because you pushed through the previous one.
Right. I was that kid that like, man, when I do that, when I get on that Reach Records playlist, like, bro, I'm on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did it, and I'm, luckily we're about to do it again, you know what I'm saying? But like, you just are just like left with this feeling of just like, man, I'm not doing enough still. Like I still
Yeah.
got more goals to hit, and it's just always a reminder that nothing's ever gonna fill that void.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing but Jesus will ever fill that, bro. So I think walking in this calling is a realization that, man, Lecrae was right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never enough. You know what I mean? Only through Jesus, bro.
And with that calling and with you learning these oppositions and things, you recently became a new father,
Bro,
father of a
yeah.
baby boy.
My boy, my baby Bo.
And with becoming a father, what do you think it's taught you about yourself?
God, bro. I mean, I touched on it, bro, but like just expressing like what people always say like the love that like how easy it is to love your child. You can sort of see how God loves you, but it's like, in doing that as well, you sort of see how easy it is to love this being that like, and just seeing like everybody like embrace him, like just people like on the street, just like, oh my God, because it's a baby, like how easy it is to love this being, and you look back on your life and you're just like, I feel like I was bitter. Like, how come this, didn't happen for me? Or how come I didn't get this kind of love here, this kind of love there? But furthermore, you realize that love, yes, that God has, like me looking at my child, God has that love for me. But in the same sense, in that same breath, God has that love for that person that did me wrong as well. The same way that I look at my child, God has that same love for that person that did wrong.
Yeah.
So it showed
That's
me,
good.
bro, bro, that bitterness you feel should be replaced with grace. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And just every time I'm reminded of how much I love my son, I'm reminded how much God loves my enemy, or how much
That's
God
good.
loves the people that did me wrong. So it's a mirror to my face, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
constant, just fighting this bitterness, fighting this regret. You know, people that did me wrong, you know, just try to understand them and understand their walk. You know what I mean? I think that's the most beautiful thing about it is growth. You know, a growth that I didn't expect to happen. You know, you always expect love. You
Yeah.
know, coming from, you know, having a child, you always expect, you know what I mean, just being able to love something so much, but you never, you know what I'm saying, I didn't expect this, you know,
Yeah.
to be able to love my enemy, or at least being shown that I should, you know.
That's good, bro. That's such a good like perspective. And that's just you learning for yourself. How do you feel like having your son has helped or kind of just what has it done for you creatively?
Bro, I think so I have a new album on the way, coming this fall. It was supposed to be in the summer, but you know, heaven on earth, baby.
The
But
collab, us, yeah, no.
what?
The
Oh, dude, yeah, you're on the album too.
Are we? Am I?
Dude, yeah, I sent you the master. Do you not care about
Dude,
me?
I mean,
Do you not love me?
my bad.
Anyways, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, but I do have a new album coming out, and it's completely finished. But I started this album literally when I found out my son was coming.
Yeah.
Like literally the week of, I'm like he just gave me this sort of like I have no time to waste. I have just he just opened my eyes to just so much, and then I started getting hit with all these realizations of my own bitterness, and I was able to speak about it in this whole album, and the project's called "Does Anyone Know You're Going This Way?" You know, and it's literally a memoir of just bitterness in my life, and ending the project with asking God to break down the walls that I've built, you know, towards these people, or towards, you know, just any sort of area of my life that I've tried to seal off and just keep there shut. I asked God to break those walls down, and that wouldn't have happened, I believe, without having my son. You know, I wouldn't have been able to creatively explore that side of myself if my son was never, you know, came around. And yeah, dude, I'm like grateful, but he just gave me like this hunger. You know, like, you know, it's time to get it, because not only am I leaving this for just like the people of the world, but my son is gonna look back at this time of my life as well through my music. You know, say one day I pass, you know, and he's my age, you know, I hope I'm there to see it. But if I'm not, when he's my age, he's gonna have my own perspective, you know, when he's, you know, of me being right now
that's
to
great.
him then, you know.
That's
So
beautiful.
I'm excited for that. Hope I
That's
get to see it.
that's like the beauty of becoming a parent. You kind of understand the father's love, and it also gives you a battery in your pack to really start grinding and working.
Yeah, bro.
And that's a great place to leave it.
I feel like West Side Gun, bro.
It's one of the goats.
Gonna
I
drop
love
10
him.
albums a year.
Literally. Yo, this is the 116 Life with your boy DJ Michael V, and
350.
And this is Holy Culture Radio, Sirius Channel 154. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Yo, we are back with the 116 Life. I am your boy, DJ Michael V, and this is...
bro, 35 from the east side.
Come on, you gotta come up with like a different variation of your name. Come on.
350.
Oh, there we go.
El
Okay,
956, vato.
bet. Bro, so we are both a part of the Summer 23 playlist this year.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, bro. How's that make you feel, bro?
Dude, I feel like... Bro, I just feel like this hunger.
I was gonna know, but
kidding.
so we covered this on Talk to Me Nice, but tell the people like the origin of you wanting to be on the summer playlist, and then you ultimately getting on it, and then the satisfaction that came with.
Oh, bro, I
being on
think,
it.
dude, there's nothing like cooler than when because I would like see Ace from a distance. Shout out Ace, paternity leave. You know,
Yeah, he's not here right now.
man.
He's also a father.
He's a father. You know what I mean? He's also a daddy. What can I say? He works out, but you know what I'm saying, like he he hit me in 2020, and he and just getting an email from him, I was just like, dang, like, and he sent me beats, and I was just like yo, let's do this, bro. Like, I'm on, bro. I made it.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, I didn't make the playlist.
Yeah. How'd that make you feel?
Dude, I was like, I was so bitter. I was just like, man, I hate everybody. But you know what I mean? But it put like this sort of perspective of just like, man, if I don't do it this time, this just means I got to come harder. Like it's literally just about execution.
And then and then the next year you finally got on the playlist, which was last year.
Yeah,
which
man.
was with Hummer, with Wolf.
Dude, yeah, bro. I think that I love that song. I'm excited.
I'm not gonna lie, that's like one of my I use that song in my gym playlist often.
It's hard, bro. Shout out Blaine and Garnell Kilowatts, bro. Like they freaking murked it, and I got to produce the second half of that joint. The part where Wolf comes in, the Detroit bounce, because this man Ace wanted to put like some kind of West Coast sort of what is like
twist on it.
What no, like a transition. You know how it's like two different beats.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, what if we do like a West Coast? And I'm like,
no,
bad idea. How about
you're like, how about no?
How about nah? But it was more funnier than that. But it was just like we did like a Detroit style instead,
Yeah.
and it was so cool. But and dude, it was just. I'm excited to perform that song. We're about to do that one at Seattle's.
Oof.
That's about to go crazy. We did it first time at Holy Smoke last year. You know, before it was even out.
Yeah.
You know
that's
what I mean?
great, bro.
But dude, getting Hummer on there, me and Blaine was living with me at the time. We went to like Chili's and got like a chocolate molten to like celebrate. You know what I mean? It was just a moment for us, and we had gotten like the contract back, and it said 116 and 350. And I was like, yo, like this is a 116 song, which ultimately didn't end up being one.
Yeah.
But that was even more reason to celebrate because I'm like, yo, 116, bro. Like that's crazy.
Great, bro. What the heck?
Dude, it was like, I think, again, going all the way back to being from the Valley, man, I was just like, in that moment, I felt like I made it.
Yeah.
But then a day passes and you're just like,
yeah,
you know, you're kind of, whatever. But
now we're on this year, and this year we have a song together again. We had Peter Benz, that was ours, but now we have a song on Summer 23 playlist called Low Key Is Me, You,
Not Clyde,
Scooty Wop,
and Mr. Scotty Wop,
Scoot,
Mr. Scotty Whoop,
Scooty Wopity Wop.
Dude, I did an interview like early on in 2020, bro, and this guy's like, "What do you think about like Scotty Whoop?" And I was just like,
"That's not his name."
And yeah, but anyways, man, Scooty Wop, man, shout out to him. Dude,
let's tell the people how this happened, bro. Let's tell the people how we came into this joint, because what happened was this was 2 years ago, and we were at Tribal Council, which is like the powwow we have for Indie Tribe, and Young Jordan had sent an Indie Tribe pack, and the guys didn't pick one of the beats that I thought was like crazy hard. I was like, yo, how are we not gonna use this? They're like, oh, nah, we're trying to go for that eclectic thing, like all this stuff. And I was like, all right. I was like, yo,
trying to be deep.
I was like, yo, can I take this? They're like, yeah, whatever. So I hit Jordan. I was like, yo, like, what are the logistics? Like, what can I do with this song? He was like, yo, yeah, like, we'll talk about money and stuff like that, but you use it. So I hit up Scooty, and I was literally in the car. It was me and Wild Eli. And I hit Scooty. I was like, oh, I kind of have an idea who I want on it. And I hit up Scooty, and I was like, yo, Scooty, bro, like, what do you think about this joint? Would love to have you on it. He sent me back a reference within like an hour or two as I was driving from Nashville to Atlanta, which is the hook that's on there. And I was like, bro, this is great. And then I was like, yo, it would be dope if it had Not Clyde and 350. I think it's a very ominous track, and I think that they can go kind of crazy. And then what happened? I hit up Kyle, and then I hit you up. And I was like, yo, like, instant. I think it'd be dope. Like, and you were like, yo, yes, this is great. And then what happened was, I was 2 years ago.
This is before we started doing boom bap.
Yeah, literally. And it was 2 years ago. And now then Bodega came out, and then your stuff came out. Right, and I was like, then this song it was pretty much done is stuck in limbo. And me and 95 were working on Bodega Deluxe. And you had sent me a song with no excuse, that I was like.
So I produced this song called Make Ends Meet, which is out now on Bodega Deluxe. Mike LV, what are you doing? Go listen to it. Pause, come back, go listen to it, come back. Anyways, but yeah, like it's basically Michael's like, yo, that song, bro, I'll trade you for that song that you made with No Excuse. And I was like, man, we ain't even doing trap no more, bro. But you know what I'm saying? It's all love, bro. Yeah. Let's do it. And so yeah, man, then we had this song, and we just never wanted it to go to waste.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Scooty killed it, and
because we're both on like the boom bap wave right now.
Yeah,
and like those are our soundscapes, and it just felt wrong, at least to me, to like let that song just sit on the hard drive. Bruh. So when Reach was like, "Yo, we're doing the playlist, I was like, yo, I have a joint that I feel like y'all would like. And if I'm being real, bro, I didn't think they would like it. And I played it for them, and Ace and Dre was like, oh, nah, this is dope. And I was like, oh,
you
great.
know, even Scooty, when I asked him for like the vocals, he was like, man, that's not a summer song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But honestly, Hummer wasn't a summer song either.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, I personally love dark trap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a fan of like the Playboy Cardi, a whole lot of Red. And bro, well, no, that came out like December. It was Christmas. That was Christmas.
Yeah.
But bro, all the festivals during the summer, bro, going crazy. They're always playing like dark trap. And I just think there's a time for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I love this joint. It stands out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And man, I think people gonna rock with it heavy, bro.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about it because, like I said, it's a song that we didn't want to go to waste, and now that it's finally coming out, it's like I'm able to take a breath because it's like I feel like we all artists have like so many songs that live on hard drives because we just taken different creative turns and just been through different parts of life that some things just don't ever come out. And I definitely didn't want that song to like not come out.
Man, you and I, bro, we have so much stuff in the clip.
Facts, bro.
Man,
facts. People don't know, bro. We're like the Dudley Boys. You know, we're like.
What's that?
It's wrestling. You never seen wrestling?
Nah.
No. Well, they're a
bro,
tag team.
I grew up in a church, bro. I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling.
Dang, bro.
No wrestling, no Pokemon, no Yu-Gi-Oh.
Dang, bro. Yu-Gi-Oh was lit. Pokemon was lit. Bro, there's some people to this day I probably watch this that still think what you're saying is true.
Bro, God forbid I was watching Disney Channel and Wizards of Waverly Place came on.
Bro,
get the belt. Anyways.
Get the correa immediately.
You know what I'm saying? Go pick a stick outside. You know,
bro. How does it feel to be on the playlist 2 years in a row, coming from you being disappointed and not getting on for 1 year?
Man, I think now it's become less about me. I think, you know what I mean? It's become more about what are we providing to the space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's like always just been about like now no more about like the milestones, no more about that. It's more so about like what are we giving to the people? Are these people being fed both spiritually, but also never neglecting the creative feeding, bro? Yeah. Like we have to feed this community creatively. We got to champion, my boy Kyle, he said champion unity, and the same way we champion creativity. So us coming together and doing this, I think that's what the playlist is all about. You know what I mean? And it's just like being a part of that is like, yeah, bro, to be able to have my name amongst people, just all across the space is a blessing. And I feel like sometimes I don't deserve it still. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's like, we're here to provide for the people. Yeah. CHH, put CHH on the map. And that's what we're going to keep doing that, bro.
And I think that's the definition of like the theme of every playlist, which is you are like the movement. Correct. What how do you represent like that statement in your music? Like you are the movement, or how do you live life in that kind of like mantra?
In excellence. You have to live it in excellence, and you have to always be very collaborative, I think. Not just sticking to your own camp and just being, a lone wolf, being part of, you are carrying the movement is being in the movement, what I mean? And being amongst the people and having that unity, because it's only through like separation that the enemy wins, you know what I'm saying? He's like just divide and conquer, right? Like he creates division, and that's how things start getting sideways, bro. So the more that we keep our bond strong, the more the movement grows. You know what I mean? And it's like with the new collectives, like Hooli's on Earth, Heaven on Earth, Indie Tribe, Glow Collective, Vert Mob, God Over Money. I can keep going on. The more that we just continue to push aside the sort of division, and people that are causing division, push that to the side and just champion unity and show love no matter what, the more that this movement is going to grow, and the more that this community is going to grow, and the more creativity that we put into it will also help benefit the growth of it, because it's like, I want people to be proud to say, this is a Christian song, bro. These people are Christian artists, bro. And it's and listen to it, bro. And it's going toe to toe with what's on the radio right now.
That's a fact, though.
I feel like it's even better, bro, because we're authentically ourselves. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We're not putting on a facade.
But I can honestly say that me and Michael, with every bone in my body, and not Clyde and Scooty Wop, are genuinely ourselves. You know what I mean? We are not putting on any front. Like who you see, and that's why sometimes people may be a little off put by like how I act or how Michael may be a little abrasive and aggressive and mean, and you know he hurts my feelings, whatever.
All right,
you know,
let's
or what
relax.
What you know, I don't believe what they say about you, bro, at all.
Me neither.
You know,
I don't even hear it.
You know, I love you no matter what everybody tells about you, all this bad stuff and all the how you smell.
Yo, 350. But, I hate 350. Now the world knows.
But nah, bro, like. No matter what, bro, we're just going to keep pushing, bro. We're always going to be ourselves. And it's just like, we can't neglect that. We can't neglect the authenticity at all.
That's all I couldn't have said it better, bro. I think authenticity within music and within life representing itself, I think is great. Yeah, it's been a fun conversation with you, bro.
If I can say, bro, just stop trying to be who you're supposed to be. And just be who God's called you to be. I think that's the mantra I'm gonna keep living out, bro.
Be who God has called you to be,
and not who you're supposed to be.
Amen, man.
Heard that from Thor's mom.
Like Thor, like
in Endgame. You don't remember when he was all fat, and she's like, what did she say? The measure of a person is not in who they're supposed to be, but in who they are.
Wow.
And I was like, man, look at God speaking through Endgame, bro.
Well, speaking through creativity, I could go on and on about movies doing that, bro.
Yeah,
for
through
sure.
creativity, man. Yeah.
But it's been fun having you on, bro.
Close this out, bro. Wrap this up. We got dinner to go to.
Stupid.
Michael said he's gonna buy me dinner for my birthday, bro. I'm excited.
Yo, cut all of this out of the episode. I appreciate it.
Come on.
Yo, it's been fun. 350. I love you, bro. Thank you for being here, taking the time, bro. You're the GOAT, and I appreciate you.
Unity.
This is the 116 Life. I am your host, DJ Michael V, with
350 del 956 350.
And this is on Holy Culture Radio, Sirius Channel 154. It's been fun. I'll see y'all next time.
Love y'all.